Every day I get to make a difference in 200 kids' lives. What job do you have where you get to claim that?
I think she was probably born to be a teacher. I've known her since she was fresh out of student teaching, and she had it from the first day.
I look forward to her class, which is saying a lot because students usually don't like going to school, but I love going to her classroom and seeing what we do every day.
She has that unique ability to take a curriculum and make it standards-based, but to make it come alive where kids just love to learn in her classroom.
Hernan Cortez, he was so poor. He left Extremadura so he can get more.
Her classroom is really fun. She's a great teacher. She makes social studies really interesting.
Most of the kids are pretty successful in my class. I think that they're engaged for one, and they know that I'm gonna write them if they're not.
And anytime I'm doing bad, she always comes up to me and she says, I know you can do better, so try. She makes sure that every student knows what's happening, what she's teaching, before she actually moves on.
She teaches more than one way. We don't just sit, take notes, like we do projects and all this other stuff.
Students are excited to be in her class. She makes it so that they want to learn.
I remember it was around Christmas time and we were learning about the Constitution and she made the 12 Days of Christmas song.
Our joke is Gallup did a poll and said that more Americans can name the 5 members of the Simpson family than can name the 5 rights guaranteed by the First Amendment. So my goal is to fix that.
It was the First Amendment to the Constitution says, speech, religion, petition, assembly, press.
I'm always trying to push them to think outside of their own experience. And now we've done a big thing about women's suffrage,
which I really didn't know that much about, and I was really interested in that.
So raise your hand if you think that women should register for the vote just like men. Raise your hand.
And I didn't know how big of a role that played in American history.
So try to empower those girls.
I just think the smart board and everything is amazing.
Well, you know, the technology is a tool, and I think that the good teaching strategies that people have been using for decades and decades are good, and I think that the technology is just another way to approach it.
She was granted a grant from our district to have technology put in her classroom.
They call it the Smart Classroom Project, and they said you get to investigate all kinds of educational technologies. And I thought, well, of course that's going to be cool.
We were the first ones to get the smart classroom at our school here, and it's all because of her.
And I thought, okay, what can I do to give back to the staff? And my thing was technology. That's going to be my contribution to the team.
She stood out right away as a bright star, as someone who not only could know the technology, but know how technology was used in instruction.
What are the students doing? Are the students learning? Is our question throughout.
I don't know how she understands this stuff, but like we have responders where we text in our answers. We have a smart board.
And so it makes it so there's no drool time. No one's sleeping because they never know when I'm going to be asking a question.
We're actually a pretty loud class. I think she has a lot of fun with our class because we really like her as a teacher and we get really into the projects and her lessons.
They come in and I'm wearing a queenly robe, which is quite something, by the way.
I'm Queen Bremer.
And I start telling them, you know what? We have budget cuts. I have to charge you guys for certain things in the classroom.
So the following taxes are now in effect. 50 cents for the use of a chair and 50 cents for the use of a pencil. That's ridiculous! Whoa!
So then the kids have to write a declaration against me.
I understand you have something to say to me.
And so then they list all of my infractions and they declare their own class.
We, the students of the front row, believe you have violated our rights. Therefore, we are forming the...
Some groups are more creative than others, and some will say at the end, you know, so kiss off. Which they said, and they'll ask me, because the kids here are pretty respectful. They say, can we say that? Yes, you can say that, just this once. It's the best job I can think of. I never want to leave it.